Hello everybody, welcome to the Sound Test Room. Today we are taking a look at Phoenix, Korg Gadget Phoenix. Okay, so now since all these Korg Gadgets are AUV3, I'm using this in Cubasis. And it's a polyphonic analog modeled synth based on, well, you can probably guess. So, 2 oscillators, balanced between oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. Do this with my finger, doesn't like the mouse. Mod wheel. Filter. Resonance. Keyboard tracking. Filter will open up the further we go up the keyboard. Envelope amount here, so, and we have our filter envelope here. So our 2 oscillators, we have a triangle, a sawtooth and a pulse. So let's just open this up, go over to oscillator 1. Then if you're on pulse, you can change the duty cycle of the pulse of the square wave. And in the center, it'll basically be a square wave. Okay, what we got? ADSR, normal amp envelope, attack, decay, sustain and release. Straightforward stuff. We can, of course, blend between our oscillators and change. We can also detune the oscillator. Sorry, we can change the pitch. Say plus or minus 2 octaves. We have oscillator 2 detune. We have polyphonic portmanteau, so always nice to have polyphonic glide. Okay, now let's do this. Open our sound browser here. We have tons of presets, and if we go to factory 1, scroll all the way down to the bottom there, we get into our initial preset. Let's blend the 2 oscillators in. Let's slightly detune. Well, it is by default slightly detuned. Let's change this to a pulse and increase the pulse width. Give it a bit of release. Okay, so if we move on to our mod and effects page, we have our vibrato control for our pitch bend, our mod wheel, our pitch bend, where you can set the range. I guess this is already set on 2, yeah, which is kind of normal, goes up to 2 semitones. Our modulation section here, we have 1 LFO, and at the moment it's on triangle, and we can send this to either the pulse, the filter, or the amp. So let's send it to the filter. And then we have the rate. which goes really, really quite fast. Let's just take that down to nothing again. Then we can also now modulate the pulse width. So on the first page, you can only, let's put them both on pulse. You're only changing the duty cycle of the square. But if we now go into our effects page, we can choose this and make pulse width modulation. We can also set the amp to be controlled by the modulation as well. So we'll get like a tremolo. Depending on the depth, of course. Very cool. It's a really nice sounding synth. Now we have a delay. This is very cool as well. You need to listen to the delay first. Let's turn the level of that a bit. Oh, do you know it hates the mouse? So if we turn this up, I think the tone will be darker as those echoes decay. So fully open, I think the decays will be the same tone. And if we start to bring the tone down, so behaving more like a tape. Now we also have different waveforms for the LFO, of course. And sample and hold. So sample and hold on the filter. Sounds nice. And you can also sync the LFO to the BPM, in which case the rate will reflect resolutions of the tempo. So so now, if we pick a more kind of sawtooth now, we'll take the detune off, open the filter up. Let's have a listen to the Unison. So Unison is polyphonic as well. So if I switch Unison on, if you're listening through headphones, let's sort this. De-level out. So using it subtly, you get a really nice, it's almost like a chorusy vibe. And it spreads the stereo width as well. And that basically is how the synth works. You can, of course, go into scale mode here, choose a scale, for example, and then this will be reflected on the on-screen keyboard. Let's go back to chromatic. And you also have chord mode, so and you can sort out your chord here as well, so it's very nice. Okay, so for the remainder of the video, I shall go through some of these patches for you. They are very, very good. Cool. I'll turn the microphone down so you're not hearing any annoying key clicking and stuff like that. Anyway, if you've enjoyed the video, please drag the like, subscribe to the channel. If you've got any of these gadgets, now since gadgets mean, I mean, it's good because if you've bought gadgets in the past, then all these gadgets kind of come with gadgets anyway, you know what I mean, if you buy the full version. So you'll have them all. And it's like having a great big bunch of new presets for you, you know, so. New synths, I'm sorry, AUV3s. And they sound great. And they'll work in any AUV3 compatible host. So for example, I'm using this in Cubasis. Anyway, all that being said, thank you for watching. I will see you later. Ta-ra. Okay, so you can see you've got, I mean, I'm not going to go through all of these, but you see you've got a really wide range of sounds in that classic analog poly vibe. And you've got two banks of this stuff. Nice. Guys, anyway, definitely done. See you guys later. Ta-da.